Greetings, fellow adventurers. This is darkfireslide, and welcome back to another episode of Pathfinder Kingmaker Beneath the Stolen Lands. Gotta wait for those load screens, because as far as I'm aware, every time I go into one of those load screens, it really ruins my voice, just because the game's processing stuff, so I apologize for that silence there. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and prep for this floor, go ahead and get our buffs cast. I do recommend when you're playing this, just always have a delay poison ready to go. It's a 3rd level spell that lasts an hour, and it doesn't negate poison, but it makes you immune, so even if you get poison, while this spell is on, you'll basically have an hour to make fortitude saves until the poison passes. So it's basically immunity to, poison, which is really nice. Okay, and we got a communal resist energy as well. That's going to help us with the lightning on this floor, and then we'll go ahead and cast our buffs. And who else was giving strength bonuses? Probably the ranger. It's been a couple days. I made a bit of a backlog, so haven't played this in a couple of days. So I apologize if I've forgotten a couple of things. And we're just going to cast all of the buff spells. Alright. Now to the wizard! Do I have to do this every floor? Yes, hopefully only once. I have discovered that the game is a lot more difficult, and thus, perhaps for some people, a lot more interesting on challenging difficulty. This is because the enemies are buffed up and it plays by actual Pathfinder rules, meaning the main reason I like to play on normal is because weak crits make the game a little bit more consistent. There's nothing more frustrating than losing at any point in the game to random crits, but that's just the way things go. Okay, let's just go ahead and clean up this fight pretty quick. We'll cast a Burning Arc on these goblins in the back. I forgot to cast Hurricane, but we might as well do it in here in combat. I mean, it's 2d6 damage on our ranger's bow, which is just pretty good. And oh man, this animal companion army is just amazing, so good. The dog's there for tripping. The boar and the bear crank out the damage. And let's see, I believe our druid was really good. Oh yeah, she auto makes this nature check, so that's going to give us the unyielding spirit bonus, saving throws against illusion and enchantment spells. Let's see, I don't think... Okay, animal companions do not get the boons from shrines. Interesting. The more you know, I guess. Yeah, I think I've played 2 full runs. Well, when I say full runs, I mean I wiped on challenging since recording this episode, so... I've been putting a lot of time into this game. It's really fun. This mode just really delves into the tactical combat potential that this series has, and it makes me just joyous indeed. We're gonna eat this trap. I think our party's gonna walk over it rather than through it. That's pretty cool. Good job, guys. Good AI. We'll go ahead and disarm this trap. Hopefully, nobody move. There's a trap. Let's get it. Alright. Got that down. See, we got a +1 heavy shield. Our druid does not have one of those. So we're gonna give that to her. Get her up to 21 AC. See, you gotta remember all the spells. One of the hardest things about getting better at this game, especially in Beneath the Stolen Lands, is just remembering to use active abilities. And the thing that's hard is, if you roll a new party every time, there are so many abilities that I honestly think it's kind of impossible to make sure that you're using all of your potential abilities when you first unlock them. Like on clerics, for example, they always have an 8th level spell or something. See, this is pretty tough. There must be... Okay, yeah. So if you ever see an enemy in this where his head looks like it's being eaten by a horrible monster, well, it is being eaten by a horrible monster, but also it's an elite enemy that usually has a lot more AC damage, and in this case has a chain lightning spell on us as well, which is very unfortunate. Found a fire. Don't know that we really need it yet. Let's see, what was I even talking about? Active abilities. So the thing, it's just so easy to forget active abilities when you're making a new party, um, because you have to remember to use it. Unlike passives, where it's just always on. Even things like the Paladin's Weapon Blast, right? It took me several runs before I started to just remember, like, oh hey, I need to actually like actively turn this on, because it's kind of like a huge part of the Paladin's like skill set. And even in the main campaign where you run the same characters for like, hours upon hours upon hours, it can be really easy to just forget those active abilities that can make such a huge impact on the game. But anyway, we got some level ups to do. So first, we're sticking with our Dragon Disciple, and honestly, in hindsight, I think if I had the choice again, I would not do this build. I would not do it this way. Reason being that the Dragon Bite is bugged. You can't actually use it as a primary attack. It only acts as a secondary. And you can only grow claws as a sorcerer for like a couple of rounds, basically. So it just doesn't really work that well. We're gonna stick with it for this run just because that's what I said I would do, and I'm pretty sure this run, because of the way the save file, I think that it binds bosses to save files and not to the overall game. Although we're gonna find out here, because I think this run might end at floor 10, and if that's the case, then it's not really gonna matter that much in the end anyway. Let's see, now what feats have I taken here? So we've got extra rage, power attack, heavier proficiency, extra rage. Okay, let's go with cleave. Cleave is alright. Uh, Cleave is one of those active abilities that I always forget to use. It's not the greatest ability in the game, but the thing is, early on, or even like through 11th level, cleave can actually be pretty strong, just because you're making 2 attacks at your highest base attack bonus. Um, the only downside, of course, is that you take a -2 to your AC. So I mean, it's that part of it is more questionable. We get a bloodline feat here. I think we're gonna go with toughness. That's just such an easy pick. Oh, he has 84 hit points at 7th level. It's pretty good. Okay, Druid. We're just gonna stick with Druid. I don't like to make my builds complicated, and the reason for that is in Beneath the Stolen Lands, you have to run through so many characters that if you sat down and made a really intense party every single time that you played, and you made a different party every time that you played, it just wouldn't really work out. Excuse me. Let's see. What do we want to do here? Do we go for spell focus? We've already got our augment summoning. I don't know that we really need greater spell focus, if I'm being honest. Um, you know what? Great Fortitude is a really good one. I really like the save feats, because some of the status effects in BTSL, as I'm going to abbreviate it to, in this mode, is like are fortitude based, and they completely negate your character, which makes them really, really, really frustrating. Okay, and then on our ranger, we got point blank, precise, obviously, rapid shot, many shot. We don't have deadly aim yet. I think you go deadly aim here. Wait, do we have weapon focused longbow yet? We don't have weapon focused longbow yet. That is... So weapon focus is a feat we can't take on our fighting style, but we can take deadly aim. So we're gonna take longbow, weapon focused longbow this level. +1 to attack may not seem like much, but when you're making 4 attacks around, it makes a huge difference. Sorcerer, yeah, we'll just go pure sorcerer. What was she doing again? Spell focus. Okay, we're just a blaster. It's fine. Like I said, don't like complicated builds. Don't need them. I learned a cool trick for this mode, by the way, for those of you who are playing. If you have a party member die and you're playing in challenging mode, and obviously we're not, so it's probably not going to be that big of an issue. But if a party member actually dies and you need to raise dead, you can do it for like 6 grand at the dragon. And if you don't have anyone that can cast raise dead, the dragon can cast it. And basically, you just put it in somebody's inventory, you try to cast it, and then he does the actual casting. So, pretty nice there. Let's see. I think we're gonna go greater focus evocation. I think that's what you do here, because That'll just make our lives easier. Yeah. And then for our bloodline feat, let's see. We did want her to be like a polymorphing type character. So I don't know. The thing is, I don't know if we need Extend Spell for that purpose. And we're not really high enough level to really use empowered spells yet either. That's the thing about sorcerers, is they don't really get to use the nice meta magic feats until way later down the line. I think I'll take improved initiative here. Getting to act first as a caster, always very nice. We'll go with Snowball. It's a conjuration. Well, did we? Because we don't have conjuration focus. I mean, I don't really know what else we would take. Oh, shield. Shield. No, shield. Shield's way better at this level. Snowball's a pretty good spell in general, though. I think it ignores spell resistance, which is a big reason why that's the case. Blur would be good for our frontliners, because we've already got 2 damaging spells, plus Hideous Laughter. And our Druid can cast buffs, although... Yeah, I mean, both of them can, like, self-buff and use Bull Strength and stuff like that, so we don't really need those kinds of transmutation spells, I don't think. Do we go with Web? The thing I hate about Web is you can't dispel it in this game. So you cast it, and it's great, and it works, and then you can't do anything. So I think we're going to go with Blur. It gives a 20% concealment bonus to our frontliners when we cast it, and it lasts minutes per level. So, I mean, you can set that up for a whole floor later on. And the thing is about concealment is that, except for very specific endgame creatures that have, like, blind sense and stuff like that, that 20% is useful throughout basically the entire game, which is really good. Okay, so now the important question is this character geared for polymorphing? And I think the answer is maybe, but not quite yet. I think we hold off on Beast Shape 1 because Heroism is such a better spell. Also, Fireball is just really important. So here's the thing: we either take Beast Shape 1 now, become a wolf, and it kind of sucks, or we take Fireball now. The advantage of taking Beast Shape at this level would be that next level we can take Controlled Fireball off the bat, which doesn't affect your party members. Really good spell. I think we're gonna go with Fireball though, because we already have enough frontline as it is. I'm not particularly eager to get anyone back into the front. And now that we're 7th level, our animal companions have grown in size. They actually do quite a lot of damage, including our dog. 19 to 26 damage. Now that's what I'm talking about. Okay. Oh, memorize new spells. Right. There's so much to remember. So much to remember. This is what I love and hate about Pathfinder at the same time. Is there's just so much to do, and it's always fun, even though it can sometimes take a while, and you're in a menu for a while. Let's see. Cape of Wasps. Any creature that makes a melee attack against you takes 2d6 points of swarm damage and poison. It's personal though, so that's unfortunate. Let's see. Blind Sight, it's okay. Flame Shark would be nice for offensive purposes. I think we need to cure serious wounds, even though it's a level later than what a cleric would get it at. We just need some kind of healing, I think. I don't like all these personal spells. Like, I don't really want my druid up front, so... Summon Medium Elemental is... that's interesting. Let's try it. We do have Augment Summoning after all, so... At least I think my druid has Augment Summoning. Yeah. We have 2 summoners in the party, which is... safe. It's one of the safer builds that you can do in the game. Oh, I'm going backwards. Okay, where is the door? There's the door. Okay, haste wears off. And let's see, anything in this room? 1 goblin, 2 goblin, giant spider, 2 giant spider. Dr. Seuss did. Okay. Alright, so they're in fireball formation, which means we're just going to go ahead and light them up. Alright, well we triggered all the traps and took almost no damage from it. So good job, team. Very proud of you. And let's see if our ranger can disarm this trap real quick. Okay, perfect. We're on floor 9, so this run may actually end next floor. Regardless of how long this episode takes, I'm just going to go ahead and try to finish this run. If it indeed is based on save file and not on like an account basis. Love that bite attack. So the thing is about the Dragon Bite is the way it's bugged is that you can't use it as a primary attack, but it still shows up as a secondary attack. So when you make your full attack, you get that bite attack automatically at a -5. Okay, we unlocked the chest, got 1,000 gold and S stock. How are we doing on gold? We're alright. We haven't really been concerned about it because this run has been a really strong one. Like, this is just a really good party setup. I have virtually no complaints with it. Okay, so this is an interesting floor. We're going to go back and rest for 2 reasons. One, all of our buffs are about to wear off, so that's always a good time to go back and rest. Second reason, get our spells back, including our new higher level spells. Speaking of, didn't we just get 4th level spells? Yeah, we memorized them. Okay. And the third reason is that purple mist usually signifies like an enchanting enemy group, and those are really scary. You know, if any of your stuff gets mind controlled, you're in a really bad spot. Not a whole lot of gold yet. How are we doing on armor? We got a +1 full plate there, +1 hide armor, +1 mithril scale. That's really good. And the sorceress is just herself. Do we have stat bump items for everyone yet? Let's see. On our barbarian, I think we go for a belt of mighty constitution right now, because we get bull strength from our druid. So we'll want the constitution as like our secondary. Okay. So that puts him up to 91 hit points at 7th level. Very impressive. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and rest. Now I don't know that there are a lot of spells or like measures we can take to kind of protect ourselves from this kind of floor. And you'll notice that I'm actually putting a lot more effort into this now. And that's because these floors can go south really fast. Let's see. Is there a... I thought there was scrolls of protection from evil. Apologize if you can hear thunder in the background. I'm actually surprised my power hasn't gone out, but, you know, that is how it be sometimes. So we've got 1 potion of protection from chaos. Thing is, I don't think that these actually resist enchantments. I don't know that anything in here except for the scroll of break enchantment really does this, and I don't know that anyone in this party can even cast it. So the sorceress might be able to, but we're not going to spend 1,100 gold on something that might not work. You know, 2 of those is like half of a stat bump item, so I mean, we're really at a kind of a loss if we end up using that. But anyway, let's go down and take care of this floor. I'm actually kind of scared that the boss is on this floor, because if he's an enchantment boss on the enchanting floor and we all get mind controlled, that's gonna end really poorly. Alright, let's get our buffs out of the way. Now you'll notice I have my main buffs set up on hockey there. I forgot to add shield to that list because I would like to get that there. We'll go ahead and enlarge our barbarian. Okay. Let's see. Oh, hey, our ranger learned new spells. Oops. That's okay. We'll memorize. Let's see. Aspect of the Falcon's really good. It gives us improved crit with a bow for minutes per level, which is really good. It's basically like getting a free feat later on. And then we'll take Cat's Grace as well to give ourselves that when the time arrives. Anyway, then we're going to Bull Strength. And we'll Bull Strength the Boar. And then get some Bark Skin going. Anyway, I need to get better about using my hotkeys for these purposes. I will admit sometimes it's not the easiest thing to just remember literally all of these. It's also the first time I've run this party. It can actually be really helpful to run the same party multiple times. Although it sucks that there's no import option to like bring back old characters that you've used, because that would make it really easy to like do reruns basically, which would kind of help with the game flow. Even though a run in this can last anywhere from like 4 to 12 hours. Okay, any. See, this might actually be a disease floor. Now that I'm looking at these enemies. Good lord, these animal companions do so much damage. Oh man. Okay, +1 heavy pick. I don't think helps anyone. 3 masterwork S stocks we'll take. It's 100 gold each. Okay, so we're gonna have everybody stop. We need to cast Hurricane Bow. Let's go ahead and use one of our... Well, I don't know that we really need to use haste yet. I really want to shoot that goblin up there, but he just ran away, so... Okay, we're gonna enter into a rage here. It's the defensive rage. Let's see. Perfect. Alright, so the delay poison didn't work quite the way I wanted it to. Our ranger is also now diseased. He's taking some pretty significant wisdom damage. We may need to go back and get a scroll for him. A couple of scrolls, actually. We'll wait till we get to like out of this floor, just because the we also can't rest because that cackle fever is really gonna do him in. I think he staved off the rest of the poison though, so that's good. Okay, we have a bit of a situation here. So you need to get out of the way because there are spiders about. Alright. Oh my. Yep, that's what I'm talking about. The bubonic plague. Okay. Problem is, this definitely isn't the end of this floor. It's way too short. Want to remove curse. Very nice. We gotta wait for this disease cloud to die down, or we'll just walk around it. Either way. Oh, he cast another cloud. You bastard. Okay. Let's send in the boar. Find out. Okay, okay. Cloud's gone. We can send in the troops. Nope, there was another... Oh no, we're still making saves. That's what it is. Oh god. Anyone fail? Looks like everybody made their saves. So, that's good. Okay. Empty room, but pretty good treasure trove here. We got a wand of controlled fireball. It is a very good wand with 50 charges. Nice! That is a huge find. Didn't we get this Burst of Nettles wand forever ago? Yeah, we did. Let's have a wand of Call Lightning. See, this is what I mean, you know, it's all about... The thing that will separate, in this mode, I think, great players from good players is going to be who remembers to use active abilities and consumables, because those are kind of the big ones. Let's see, we made our religion check, so we get +4 to wisdom for a little while. It's interesting. +1 dart. All good. And is that it? Is that the end of the floor? Is this the end of floor 10? This might be the end of floor 10. That might be all there is to it. I don't see any other doors. Okay. I thought that the first boss was supposed to show up at floor 10, so... Either that's not the case, and it can be like a little more random, or your unlocks are like account wide. The thing is, I don't see, when I play my other file, I see the bosses that I've slain, so I actually don't think that we found a boss yet. Now that's a good thing for me, because then we get more time with this party. I mean, we've only played for like a couple hours now, so... Then we'll go ahead and leave the floor. Alright, and then we're actually going to immediately head back to town. Well, town. Head back to the hub, head back to whatever you want to call the place with the dragon and the merchant. Look how detailed these maps are. So pretty. Alright, we're going to go ahead and sell our stuff. Whatever we have to sell anyway. And then we're going to buy some scrolls to help out our beleaguered ranger, who was mauled by a spider. Oh, well, keep that cloak. Forgot about the amulet of natural armor as well. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and give that to, I think, the sorceress, because we've already got natural armor from Barkskin, which we're casting on the boar, who has 35 armor class. I guess mage armor really is a great combo for a druid. Man, 35 AC on that boar. That's crazy. How about the rest of the group? 30 on the bear and 30 on the dog. That's at 7th level. Wow. That's really strong. Okay. So we need Scroll of Remove Disease. And then we're going to go ahead and preemptively get some diamond dust. Like, not a lot, but 40's plenty. The reason being, we can use this to cast restoration spells and stone skin spells, both of which are very powerful and useful. And we're going to buy a Scroll of Restoration as well, because memorizing that stuff is too hard. And by that I mean I don't want to. Let's see, remove disease and let's see, can't cast restoration. Interesting. Well, we know that the dragon can cast it, so let's go ahead and have him do that. I guess he just teleports to you when you do it. That's pretty funny, actually. Okay, and then... Alright, we've removed the cackle fever. Good stuff. Alright, how long are our buffs gonna last? We've only got like 2 minutes left. That might be long enough to kill a mini-boss and get a fire. On the other hand, it might not be. So we're gonna go back and rest. down. Well, that was a little disappointing. I honestly thought we were going to find the boss, but I guess we'll just have to keep going down. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed this so far. I'm going to keep going with the series until I don't feel like doing it anymore. And, yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.